And as you can see, result is not bad. So I can get a flip book like for 96 frames. And I see one interesting thing. The less voxel size, the more fuel go up. So with voxel size of 2, my fire ending somewhere here, this position, I have a 1.5, and now my fire, as you remember, I don't have a density, so that's a fire. It's rising up more and more. All right, it's looking interesting. So now I will change my voxel size even more to 1, and we'll see what do we have in the final. I also change my boundary conditions closer below -0.2, and because why not 0? Again, if I have a ground plane, I want that this ground plane interact with my fire. So if I close below 0, I can remove my ground plane because it will close it here before the ground. And I reduce the buoyancy scale. And 2.15, it doesn't have too many influence here. But again, it could be enough. And all the stuff I leave like it is. And let's precache this. And I will add a post process to see how its file looks. And that's what we had. This frame 65, somewhere around here. Go to cam 1. It's going almost till the end. So it's looking pretty nice. And apply the prior post-process node and just set up some stuff here. I don't have a density, so I put the temperature inside of the density field because we have velocity, temperature, and a flame. So there's no density channel, density field. So sometimes you cannot see information because it's looking from density. And even if we disable the density scale, sometimes it's unable to visualize this. So what I did, I add a ramp. We can choose between the physically black body. So by default, it's looking like here. So you can see we're losing some temperature. Maybe if you want to, we can decrease the cooling rate. And by choose the ramp, and now playing with the ramp, I make it 2 gradients. Again, we can play with those guys to have a result we want, to add more like a texture here, but it's looking not bad. With rendering, we will fix this maybe. We'll fix something. And increase intensity to 3. But this fire tornado doesn't look very good without any smoke, because we definitely should add some smoke. I made a few tests, and the test was with the smoke created by the fire from this scene. So we can simply go here into the Flames tab, choose smoke, and press and choose emit smoke. I play with different flame range and play with the smoke amount, with the merge method, but I can't get result I want, result I like. So I decide to make a simple thing. Well, it's not too simple, but anyway. It's create a few top networks. So I take this fire seam and, or we can, just select all those 3 guys and press an Alt key to make a copy. So in this case, we will have the same connection from the dot network. And let's call this smoke seam. And in this case, what I want to do the same simulation, but just with the smoke. All what I want to change here is our fuel. Now let's send it to the density. density. And I keep the same parameter, so the part of fuel go to the density and fuel go to the temperature. But what I want to really change here is play with dissipation, because now I have the smoke, so make very low dissipation. Again, I did a few tests and I found out that this number is enough to have the smoke till the end of my camera view. So if you have dissipation like 0.1, it will not go very far away, because again, we have a source just around here. We don't create particles moving through the vortex. So because I don't have a fire, I don't need the threading. And what I want to do, I want to set incredible stuff. I want to set the turbulence to like 100 to have a huge turbulence, and increase the field size maybe like to 5, and leave those guys as they here. And with the disturbance, let's go and set disturbance to 2, and let's change back to density like it was, so it's not applying to the flame anymore. So it doesn't matter how big flame lifespan we have, so all those guys I leave like they was. So basically now we're gonna have, let's see, we should have a density, velocity, and in fact I don't need temperature, because I use a temperature for flame shading. So for the density, what I need is just the smoke. And for motion blur, if you want to add it, I can use the velocity. Okay, so now let's call this smoke, and let me double check that I have 0.1. Yeah, I have 0.1. So I already know about dynamic, so it's all fine. Now I just switch from fire to the smoke. So all what I can do after that, I can merge those guys, and from one I'm gonna have the density. For another one I'm gonna have this fire. So the smoke and the fire. It has an error because there is no information for now, but I just set no geometry for this. So let's create a cache for the both simulation till the frame 100 and maybe 50, or till 100 frame, and let's go to the shaders.